Mhm. So I just want to start off by saying we have 8 different presenters, 4 that are going to present today, and then 4 more that are going to present in May, with the understanding that we're limited on time, so we want to make sure that everyone has enough um, opportunity to go over what they have for opportunities for the school districts. Today we have presenting from to be continued Tammy, Countryside Public Health, Ashley, Renville Public Health, Melissa, and myself presenting from Pact for Families. Tammy was able to get me over her PowerPoint slide today. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up on my screen. And then after that, Tammy, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and then pass it on over to you.
Thank you. So if you want to start at the beginning of the beginning of the PowerPoint.
Yep. Can everyone see my screen? Can you see that, Tammy? Is this what, that's not the beginning. That's the end. That's what you're talking about. My fault.
Yep. All right. There's a couple more before that, I think. Please. There we go. So to be continued, founded by me in 2019 with a board of directors. I founded it in memory of my sister who died by suicide. Our maiden name was Tubert. Shelley's nickname was Tubi. So that's where the first part of the name comes from. Continued represents her career path. She was an inpatient mental health nurse and had a great passion for caring for people with mental health challenges. And so while we do not provide any clinical or crisis services, we carry on that legacy through advocacy, education, and outreach in a 9-county service area. We just recently added Redwood County. Next slide, please. We provide trainings that are considered safe messaging and evidence-based. We don't reinvent the wheel. We just follow the curriculums, deliver the curriculums that provide that. And so our biggest program is Teen Mental Health First Aid, and we have been providing this evidence-based training since 2021 in school districts in our originally 8-county area. Next slide. Teen Mental Health First Aid is a 6-lesson curriculum that is recognized as safe and effective. It's been approved for 9th through 12th graders. It teaches them how to identify, understand, and respond to signs of both mental health and substance use challenges among their friends and peers. And it also, and very importantly, teaches them how to seek help from a trusted adult. It also covers topics such as school violence and bullying. It is a 6-lesson curriculum that is delivered in 45-minute class sessions. So plus there's an introductory session. And so as a organization that has been designated to be able to teach this in schools by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, we must teach to an entire grade level in class sizes that are typical for the school. So what that means is we cannot do large group assemblies. We must find a required course in which we can deliver this education to. Most often it's in a 9th or 10th grade health class, but we also have it in English, history, social studies, and even a senior seminar, depending on what the school prefers. We teach 1 grade level a year. We started with 2 schools and we're now in 21, and we'll be reaching probably as many as 28 schools this year. An entire grade level on non-consecutive days in class sizes that are typical for the school. So in the 28 or so schools that we're teaching, and that equates to about 100 to 110 sections of students. It is the National Council requires that we teach it only to a class size of 30 or less. So we do, it does cost us about $2,500 to deliver that, but we do not charge the schools for that. This is our mission. This is where we come in, we provide the instructor, and deliver this education. It is very comprehensive in that before we can teach it, we have to make sure that at least 10% of faculty and staff are trained in youth mental health first aid, which is for adults who interact with youth. There's also safety features that are built into the program that I won't go into, but just be aware that it is a very thought out school program. We provide the certified instructor, and then the school has to make sure that there is a counselor or designated mental health professional in the classroom in the building while we're teaching it, and also that there is another person in the classroom. You can see that the schools that we're in all of the schools in Renville County proper, in McLeod County proper. We're in Eden Valley, Watkins, in our Meeker County district or region, and we are adding Dassel Cokato this year as well. Next slide. So we did start doing our own personal survey this last fall. That is a little bit different than what is measured by the National Council for Wellbeing. And one of the questions we asked is how confident these students feel in starting a conversation with someone who's going through a mental health challenge or crisis. And this is data from 18 schools that we teach at, and you can see that the number of students, or the percentage of students that feel extremely confident after us delivering this is very noted. And then there's one more data point if you want to go to the next slide. As an example, it also asks them, can you recognize the warning signs of a mental health challenge or crisis? And before, we had about 33% that said they felt that they could. And after the training, we were at 90%. So I would say some really strong data to show that there is strength in awareness skills and help-seeking behaviors with the training that we deliver. Next slide. This is it's a 1-minute video that just explains our program a little bit further. Jeff, is there a way that we can show or hear it as well?
Ooh. My apologies. Can you guys not see it on your end?
We can see it, but we can't hear it.
Oh, that is problematic.
I think if you go to Mike, you might be able to do share.
Yes. Let's go like this real quick. Let's wriggle here, here.
Yeah, we're not hearing it. No.
If you stop sharing the video and then click on share sound before sharing, then we should be able to hear it.
Oh, let's see.
So while you're troubleshooting that, I'll just say a few more words about it. So again, we started in 2 schools in 21. We've grown to the 28. We have not lost a school. We've only added. We don't seek out the schools generally. They're recommended to us through community recommendations, or if a school reaches out to us. And so if your school might be interested in this and we're within your service area, please let us know. No,
I am, oh, there's the share sound. There we go.
I'm gonna start the class just how I always do with your questions from last week, and then we will dive into your last block.
We have had to be continued here since 2022, and it has been fantastic for our students and our staff.
It's raised awareness, it's made them more comfortable discussing mental health challenges. I think it's changed them into being more caring individuals.
To Be Continued has created that common language for us to be able to know that no one is alone, that we're all here in it together.
That is something that we need to do always. Look out for the people around us, but also yourself too.
It's helped our students ask critical questions and be kind human beings and notice the people around them.
We have some really great, authentic conversations, sometimes some really hard conversations with students, and it's because of To Be Continued.
Kids need to have all the tools to help them be successful, but then also to know where to go when they are feeling some struggles.
Our work and To Be Continued's work is saving lives every single day.
Thank you. So then just other trainings at a glance. Again, we also deliver the Youth Mental Health First Aid, which is for parents and staff and such. We do that without charge. If you'd like to bring it to your community or school for a professional development day, or if you're part of our program, you're going to get this training. Next slide. I believe the next slide is QPR, Question, Persuade, Refer. This also meets the requirements for professional development, continuing education for teachers. And so if this is something that you are in need of, it's about a 2-hour training, 1.5 to 2 hours. We're happy to come into your school to provide that. Next. Safe Talk and Safe Talk for Ag, another suicide prevention curriculum. We have had great success in bringing this to like ag-related classes or FFA groups with their parents. So if that is something that interests you, certainly let us know. As you may know that in the rural areas, there's higher incidence of suicide, and farming is an occupation with one of the highest percentage rates of suicide. So it only makes sense that we are able to deliver this training. It's been approved for ages 15 and up. And then Adult Mental Health First Aid, another curriculum through the National Council for Wellbeing. And we also offer a training day every year in Glencoe. It brings a variety of trainings that I mentioned, as well as some additional ones, including naloxone training and ASSIST, which is a comprehensive community-based training. ASSIST is a comprehensive training. Naloxone is a 1-hour training to learn about the reversal medication for opioids. So those could be helpful for your school district. Next slide. We also offer a continuing education conference every year. It is September 29th at the Glencoe City Center. Very inexpensive way to obtain CEUs, and it is has a target audience that includes educators. We will have a keynote presenter from the Olivia area presenting this year, as well as people from Minnesota Department of Education, Minnesota Department of Health. We'll be learning about cannabis and how it affects youth mental health and some other very good topics as well. So look for that training registration to open in July. We also have a non-AI chat tool that is available called Hope. You can visit tobesupported.org, and it helps connect individuals to resources, including 988, but it also has some mental wellness features such as box breathing and daily inspirations, things that can ground people. So that is also a resource that's available to anyone. And with that, I'm open for questions or comments?
And if anybody want to use the raise the hand emoji, I can click on them, or if there isn't any questions, I'm going to get going to the next presenter.
I guess I'm curious if there are others in this meeting today that are from schools that we are teaching teen mental health first aid in.
Maybe not today. All right, I'm going to.
Jeff, your mic is really low.
Oh, is
Tammy,
it?
I have a quick question.
Yeah, perfect.
I just have a quick question. Of the trainings that you do in school, the teen mental health first aid, the materials that the students need, maybe such as a workbook, do you provide those as well to the school? So everything that is provided is free.
Correct. Everything. It's an all-inclusive program. We do not put any cost burden on the schools. This is our mission. We deliver the complete program, provide all of the trainings, all the materials to the school. And we also customize it to each school. We understand that there are some schools that run in trimesters and quarters and semesters and blocks and all the things. And so we, do our best to be able to accommodate all of those things and meet your needs and form this partnership.
Thank you so much, Tammy. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the next slide. And it's going to be Countryside Public Health, and Ashley will be the presenter. Ooh, maybe they can hear me. And Ashley, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a little quiet, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pull up your stuff. If you are all set, maybe I just need to speak up a little bit louder. My apologies, everyone. Can everyone see that okay?
And can you all hear me all right? Perfect. All right. So, like Jeff already said, my name is Ashley Hibma. I am a nurse at Countryside Public Health. I am one of the primary prevention school nurses and the opioid educator for our 5 counties. Countryside Public Health covers 5 counties listed below, which is Big Stone, Chippewa, Lacaparo, Swift, and Yellow Medicine counties. Right. Go to the next slide. I am here just to present more on the school health prevention education that we offer. So we have that grouped into 3 areas. So the first one that I'll talk about is just our monthly topics. And this depends on the month related to health related education. And then we do 2 forms of social emotional learning curriculums, which is Mind Up and Positive Action. Next slide. This last year, actually, we started a team approach because we were able to do so much education and it was wanted so much in the schools that one nurse could not keep up with it, which was a great thing. When I originally started back in 2019, at first with Countryside, I was the only prevention nurse. And then I was only doing the monthly topics. We added in the Mind Up curriculum and added another nurse. And then we added in the positive action curriculum, and then we added in another nurse. So we're up to 3 nurses, and we've got our school districts divided by our location to allow for saving on drive time. That has really helped with compared to each of us trying to just do one specific area. We're kind of just the jack of all trades among all 3 of the topics we have. So the monthly topics I mentioned, this is what the school health team originally started out with. And I have listed the ones that we do currently. We've added some, we've changed some, we've offered some that didn't take off for certain grades. These all have continued to be very popular. Many of them are related to physical health, but also we have quite a few that go in to talk about mental health and behavior. Yeah, that's just 1 month. Each month we offer one topic. So for example, September hand washing is offered to usually one grade. So in September, it's usually first grade. And if a school requests one for a different grade, we oftentimes try to accommodate it. Sometimes we'll have preschoolers or teachers reach out and ask for certain topics too. And we try to do our best to accommodate those topics. So Mind Up is the first SEL curriculum that we started out with. Our director at the time actually heard about it at a conference she was at, and she came back and said, we need to get this into the schools. What can we do? And I was the primary prevention school nurse at that time. So we worked to create a curriculum that would work for our school districts. So Mind Up, if you ever look it up online, it's a really, really great curriculum. It's usually about 15 lessons, and they're usually a little bit shorter in span than we do it, but with our 5 counties to be able to travel all around, we created an 8-week session for about 40 minutes in 2 sessions. So we would do it in the fall and the spring. And we chose to focus on second grade. They offer all different grades, whatever somebody might need. The most research showed that second grade had the biggest change. So that's why we ended up going with that. This year alone, we saw 479 second graders in our 5 counties between the 3 nurses. With this, we usually pay for it different ways. Sometimes we're able to get different grants. Sometimes it comes out of taxpayer dollars. That kind of ebbs and flows for what we're with that. So Mind Up, interesting. That's not the words that are on my slide. Okay. It's supposed to say Mind Up is a program that results in, I don't know why all the spaces went away on those slides. It results in better stress regulation, improved academic performance, reduced aggression, increased optimism and happiness, and increased ability to self-regulate. Mind Up really focuses on teaching students about the different parts of the brain, being mindful, being aware of what we're doing right now. And then the lessons really focus on how our brain reacts in different areas. So if we're upset, this is the part of the brain we're using. How can we calm that part down? Each student receives a glitter bottle, which you can see in that picture there with that student, or a calm bottle is another name for it, and they get to take this home after the 8-week session. All right, next slide. So positive action is the next SEL curriculum that we have implemented, and we implemented this in fall 2023. This is done in 2 sessions, once again, fall and spring. This is done for 15 weeks instead of the 8 weeks. We usually ask for 40 to 45 minutes, but we do have one school that gives us 50 minutes, so we're never going to say no to extra minutes. This curriculum, positive action itself, they have information for absolutely every single grade and curriculums for every grade from preschool to high school. We do it in 3rd grade, so we can build off of what we did in 2nd grade. And then we repeat it again in 5th or 6th grade, depending on our school district. Some of our school districts still do DARE in 5th grade, so we don't want to overlap and take any time away from anybody else. So in those school districts, we do 6th grade. We are doing this right now in 10 of our 11 school districts, and we are also piloting a 7th grade. So the goal is that the students would get an SEL curriculum of Mind Up in 2nd grade, and then they would get another one in 3rd grade for positive action, another one in 5th or 6th grade for positive action, and then another one in 7th grade, and they all build off of each other. So this year we had 435 3rd graders, 575 5th and 6th graders, and then our pilot group of 47 7th graders. And this positive action is paid for with the opioid settlement grants, is how we worked for our 3rd grade and our 7th grade. And then we've been using cannabis funding for our 5th and 6th grade, because in 5th and 6th grade, we start to talk a little bit more about the negative choices that people can choose to have and how that negatively affects us. So positive action is, like I said, evidence-based. We presented in an evidence-based way, where we also do a pre and a post test, which really is just a survey to see how they've changed. We do this for students and for the teachers, and we keep that information and see where we've improved, what areas we can also be changing in. Like I mentioned, it is a social emotional curriculum. It focuses on physical, emotional, intellectual, and social health. And it has the theory that all the thoughts we have lead to different actions, and those actions lead us to feeling a certain way about ourselves. And it can be either a positive or it can be a negative. And that's a circle that they learn about, and it goes round and round depending on where you're at. If you're making good thoughts, actions, and feelings, you're leading to more positive circles. If you're making negative ones, then you end up leading to negative circles, or consider the failure circle. So students learn to be mindful of this circle, how to use it in a positive way, how things we do put us in either the positive or the negative circle. They also learn a lot about being self-managers. So especially in third grade, we start to talk about how you're in charge of your actions. Of course, we have adults that are trying to teach you to do this way or do this, but in the end, you have to make that decision to sit or listen. You have to make the decision to do these things. As self-managers, you get to have that reward. Another word that they learn about is self-concept, so how we think and feel about ourselves. And this circle, along with being self-managers, can affect how we feel about ourselves at the end of the day, and how do we have a positive self-concept. So in 5th and 6th grade, I mentioned we start to talk more about substance misuse. The goal of this curriculum was to give them a basis in 3rd grade about positive actions, and then build into 5th and 6th grade about what are the negative actions and how is that going to affect our circle. And then in 7th grade, we start to talk really about who you are, what you're doing, how these circles really are going to affect your life choices. All right, next slide. So this is just a handful, a very, very small handful. And I realize there's a lot on there, but I wanted you guys just to see how overwhelming we have had good feedback from our 2 curriculums. Teachers have a theme about how they like how engaging it is, the resources it gives our students. There's comments about how students really need attention because there's only so much work that teachers can do during the day with the curriculums that are required. They really love that we build off of each other. So we're always building off of what we learned the week before. We're building off what we learned the year before. So adding on at all times. Really, we've gotten great feedback. We always ask for constructive feedback, with us 3 being nurses. What can we do different as presenters? Because that's not really, we weren't trained as teachers, we were trained as nurses. And we oftentimes get like tips and tricks on classroom management, but the overall feedback has been great. Any questions?
So I might have, I missed the chat, and I might have missed this. Patty was wondering, it might have been for Tammy as well. Are you limited to the counties that you are currently working in for the ones possibly? Oh, it looks like Tammy already answered that question. Yeah, okay. Tammy did answer that question out of the chat box. Thank you, Tammy, for that. Did anyone have any questions for Ashley? Okay, perfect. Then I do believe our next presenter would be Melissa out of Renville County.
Jeff, do you have Jess's slide?
I have.
There you go. Yep.
Perfect.
That's it. We're keeping ours short and sweet. We do not use nurses as our primary education source in the schools. We have a licensed teacher that is titled as a community health educator. She offers to all of the schools in our district or in our county. She kind of did just a summary sheet of some of the things that she offers, including at the elementary level, pedestrian safety, dental health, hand washing, poison control, nutrition, severe weather, mental health. She's also a prevention specialist, so she does very much like to get into the middle school, junior high age with the vaping substance use prevention. She's had a big ask for the social media safety and the cyberbullying this year, healthy eating, bullying, and mental health. At the high school level, the focus on that substance use prevention, that vaping health, or the stay away to vaping, the healthy eating, mental health. Jess has actually really focused on using our community health team and the other departments within the county. She partners with the sheriff's office to do some prevention education and some digital safety. She used our emergency preparedness person to get in with one of the elementary schools and focus on safety in an emergency, safety during weather, trying to use those partnerships and getting all of those trusted partners in the room at the same time. But she also will custom make a lesson. If a school is struggling with one of these areas of concern, she can sit down with the teacher or the administration in that school district and build something to focus on what their concern is at the time. I wish she was able to present on her own stuff, because I think she's doing great work, and she has also purchased Positive Action, and we have hopefully a pilot school for the fall in kindergarten, third grade levels. But yeah, she can do all of these different areas, kind of depending on what the school is looking for and how many minutes is available, how many weeks they want her to come in, or if they want a single focused, just a one-time education.
And Renville Public Health, correct? So you are just servicing Renville County?
That is correct. She is actually partnering with Sibley County and has been in the GFW school district as well, because we have kids that cross that border down there. So we're trying to do partnerships. I know she works with Countryside and Candy on some other projects, but that's the only school that we are currently partnering with.
Excellent. Did anyone have any questions for Melissa? Thank you, Melissa. Well, then I guess that just leaves Pact for Family then to wrap up the meeting. The big thing, guys, is that we've had people from Renville Public Health, another provider that services 9 different counties, Countryside Public Health that services several different counties as well. If there's a county that's present that doesn't fall in line with one of those counties that they service, we at Pact for Families have a option on our website. If we don't offer the training itself already, we have an option on our website that you can suggest a training that you guys would like to see. So if there's anything that you guys saw in the presentation today that you're like, I wish that we had somebody that would be able to provide that training for us, reach out to me. I'll see if somebody's already doing it in whatever county that you reside in, or try to figure out a way that we can help you guys get it for your school district. So the big thing to go off of everything that was shared today, there's going to be some overlapping because there's a lot of great agencies out there that do a lot of great things for their communities. So that's why I wanted to present last today, so that not giving repetitive information, but touching base on things that we're able to present for you guys. Some of the trainings that we have to offer are mental health awareness trainings, such as the adult, youth, and teen mental health first aid, just like Tammy's able to do, the suicide prevention, the QPR training, trauma-informed practices, TBRI, de-escalation and behavior support, crisis prevention interventions, and protective factors framework, peer-to-peer mental health support groups. To go a little bit deeper into those trainings, youth mental health first aid. So we're equipping adults to recognize warning signs of mental illness and substance use in youth and mental health problems that they might have going on. We provided in a 6.5 to 8 hour training. This is for the teachers. So before we can do the teen mental health first aid, 10%, like Tammy said, 10% of the professionals in the school districts have to be trained. So we can do that in a full day or split it up across 2 sessions. It's a 5-step action plan that uses the LG as the acronym. So they're assessing the situation that is going on with the youth. They're listening. They're giving reassurance. They're encouraging the youth to reach out for help, or they're encouraging the youth for self-help, giving them the tools to be able to seek out that help on their own if they're able to do so. After the professionals are certified, it's a 3-year certification. We do not do CEU credits for teachers, unfortunately, at this time. However, if we do provide certificates that have all of the information that whoever is at your office that can turn that in for CEU credits. So we cover all those areas within our certificates as well. We just don't give the CEU credits themselves. So this is targeted for teachers and counselors, coaches, paraprofessionals, anyone that's working with the youth. So we always encourage the school districts, have your professionals that the youth go to, that they are the trusted individuals, that they are the ones that the kids are going to when they are having a hard time. It doesn't have to just be the teachers. To go into a little bit about the teen mental health first aid. Again, it is, I'm sorry, that might be a typo, 14 to 18 years old, and it's for the kids being able to help out each other. We can do that in 6 45-minute training sessions, or we can do 3 hour-and-a-half training sessions based on what you guys have for availability. We do have 3 trainers at our agency where, and 2 of them are Spanish speaking as well. So if we have, if there is a need to have your audience have a Spanish speaking trainer involved, then we can absolutely provide that too. It empowers the kids to recognize and support peers experiencing mental health challenges. It recognizes changes in the friend's emotions and behaviors before the crisis develops. It builds confidence to help supportive, non-judgmental conversations with friends. It reduces stigma around mental health among youth through open dialogue and its interactive activities and role play scenarios for hands-on learning. Really one of those things that if we're able to get this to the right audience, that this is the life-saving material that is going to help them help each other. The other thing that we're able to offer for the students is one of my personal favorites, is that social circus. Oop, I got a notification on the Teams. Okay, maybe I didn't. My apologies, hearing things. My fault, guys. As I was saying, that social circus. So what is social circus? It uses social circus arts such as juggling, acrobatics, clowning, and aerial skills as tools for social, emotional learning, teamwork, and personal growth. It builds and develops confidence, perseverance, trust, body awareness, and creative problem solving in youth through engaging physical activity. It's inclusive by all design, all abilities. It's adaptable for all abilities, ages, and experience levels. Every participant can find success and a sense of belonging. And we can do this as a single session, or I do believe last week they were at Bird Island for the entire school week, working in the gym classes. We also offer it after school or as summer programming. So it's really a tool for the kids to build that self-confidence within themselves, to better communicate what they might be needing in the times that they need it. So that QPR, question, refer, question, persuade, and refer. Just like it says on there, QPR is like CPR for mental health. Everyone can learn it and everyone can save a life. The nice thing about QPR is that we do like to train the teachers in this as well, but it's not just for the teachers. We can get in there and train the students in this as well. It's typically an hour-and-a-half learning session where the first hour is the presentation, and then there's 20 minutes of skill-based scenarios to help the students recognize and problem solve on what they can do based on the scenario to help whoever's going through what they might be going through, followed up by some question and answers at the end. But the Q stands for is to learn to recognize warning signs of suicide and ask directly about suicidal thoughts in a caring, non-judgmental way. Persuading is to develop skills to listen empathetically and persuade someone in a crisis to seek help and stay safe. Refer is to know how and where to refer someone to appropriate professionals, resources, or crisis support services. And as we all know, there might be kids that are smart enough to know that something is wrong and something's going on with their friends, but they just simply don't know who to tell and who they can trust. Again, to wrap this up, we all have the same goal. We want consistent, high quality mental health and substance use education. There it was any overlap, find which agency best suits your guys' location to help you get the services that you guys are needing. Again, if any of the providers had something today that we do not offer here at Pact for Families, or in your county, or if it wasn't shared with your county, reach out to us so that we can see what we can and can't do to help get that training for your guys' school district. Did anybody have any questions for me or for Pact for Families? All right. Well, if there wasn't any questions for Pact for Families, then that's all that we had for you guys today. I think we did a pretty good job at keeping it at that 45-minute window today. So perfect. Our next learning session is going to be May 18th, where that is going to conclude everybody else that wasn't able to present today. So the other 4 agencies that we have scheduled. So we look forward to seeing you guys in May. Thank you so much.